scheming and messing around with jerks. My car is parked outside, I'm afraid it doesn't work. I'm looking for a partner, someone who gets things fixed. Ask yourself this question, do you want to be rich?
Hi, this is Jeff Mesnick. I'm excited to be here today with Kimberly and Carl. You guys are from Igel, is that correct?
Yes.
It is.
Excellent. So how about this? Carl, why don't you maybe start off and just tell us a little bit about Igel, and then we'll go to Kimberly. Why don't you tell us about your roles with the company?
Sure, that sounds great. So Igel is a software vendor. We provide the next-gen Edge OS for cloud workspaces. And while that may seem like a mouthful, if we unpack that, it tells a lot about what we do at Igel, right? So if we think about information technology and enterprise IT today, we're seeing a lot of organizations are adopting cloud workspaces, desktops as a service and the like, right? And that's been accelerated as part of digital transformation and, of course, in deference to what's happening with COVID. So as organizations move desktops and apps to the cloud, it kind of raises the question of what operating system are you going to run at the endpoint? Igel provides that operating system. So our Igel OS is purpose-built for cloud workspaces, for disparate workforces that are connecting in, be it to a Citrix Zen app. Sorry. So as organizations move to the cloud, they would use our operating system on the endpoints and then connect to a cloud workspace of their choosing. It could be, Citrix virtual apps and desktops. It could be Microsoft Windows Virtual Desktop. It could be VMware and the like. So we deploy and we offer our operating system in sort of three flavors, right? So you can purchase and install that operating system on devices you own already. We're compatible with a wide range of x86 platforms as well as tablets and other thin clients. You can purchase it on what we call the UD Pocket, which is our operating system embedded on a USB stick. You just insert, boot from the USB, and you're in our OS. Or you can purchase thin clients that we manufacture, happen to be the best in the business. They come with a 5-year warranty, and deploy those, and any mix and match of those combinations. So that's a little bit of what Igel is all about. And the focus for us is really providing an operating system that is simple to deploy and manage. It's very smart economically because you can select your deployment mode, and it's ultra secure, right? So the operating system we provide is a read-only operating system. We use advanced security mechanisms like UEFI boot and chain of trust so that you can be sure that no matter where your customers are connecting from, your end users are connecting from, that they've got an ultra secure endpoint connecting to those corporate assets.
Great, excellent. And so Kimberly, you want to share with us kind of the roles that you guys play?
Sure. Carl, do you want to introduce yourself or do you want me to do it for you?
Go for it, Kim.
Carl is our Senior Director of Marketing at Igel. And one of the largest responsibilities that he holds is coming up with our strategic marketing plans and campaigns for our partners. So as he'll share a little bit later, he's put together a lot of comprehensive campaigns that we've taken to our channel partners that allow them to obviously help promote the Igel brand, but help them make a lot of money as well. And then I work with Carl. I'm the Senior Manager of Marketing, and I help implement those campaigns and strategies that he creates with the partners. I focus primarily on the West and the Central, and then Carl handles our East Coast partners as well as our enterprise and Canadian partners.
Excellent. So as I mentioned to you guys off camera, the theme of this interview is from the Pet Shop Boys. The song is called Opportunities, or also known as Let's Make Lots of Money. So the goal is to share some stories and experiences that you've had and programs that you've had with your partners, to talk a little bit about how you guys are working together to obviously make lots of money, because that's the goal. So maybe, before we dive in completely, I would like to talk a little bit about how you guys work within the kind of digital nomad world that has been arising with the changes with COVID. And it seems like you guys and your partners have a lot of opportunity here to really drive secure, collaborative communications.
Sure. So I'll start off. So I think that overall, I mean, 2020 has been a remarkable year, which I suppose is a bit of an understatement. But certainly IT has been called upon to deliver remote access solutions as people are sheltering in place and working from home. And a key component of that first is to have some sort of infrastructure to provide, again, access to applications and data and desktops. The other is to ensure that at the endpoint, the end users, regardless of how they're coming in, are secure, and are able to have an easy, user-friendly experience. So I think the timing, like the environment is very ripe for solutions like what Igel brings to market with our partners, right? So the demand is there, obviously. Being able to tell that story and help customers understand. I mean, obviously there's a lot of scrambling. No one expected to have 2020 happen the way it did. There's a joke we made when some of our presentations we kick off and say, what drove your digital transformation initiative? Option A, your CEO. Option B, your CFO. Option C, COVID, right? And seeing a lot of organizations kind of say, hey, it was a little bit of option C really accelerated things. So for us, as we're looking at the opportunity here to help customers, help the end users be able to continue to conduct business, obviously that's, our partners out there providing consulting services, Igel is a key component of that from a technology standpoint. So going to market with them, helping them articulate what it is that we do, how it benefits organizations, and how organizations can get up and running quickly has been a key component.
So let's talk about the programs that you've been running that could help them pivot to this new whole world or continue to drive the opportunities that you talk about.
Sure. So there's a couple different things that we work on. First, because we are 100% channel driven, our business goes 100% through the channel. The partner community is always the top of our priority list when we're coming up with our strategies on how to promote our own events as well as work to promote theirs. So we were lucky in the fact that actually in January of this year, we hosted our Disrupt event in Nashville. So we were able to kind of slip that in right before right COVID hit, which is a large scale end user computing forum that this was I believe our 4th year hosting it. And it was our largest year. So one of the things that we did to help our partners drive their customers there was we put an incentive program in place with our partners. So for every person that they were able to get signed up, we would help cover their, airfare and hotel. And then a person from the partner rep was able to join as well. So that was one way to help get our partners there, get their customers there. And with that, we were able to transition into a digital version of that event later on in the year, which we hosted in June, which was called Digital Disrupt. And again, our partners were at the forefront of helping us drive attendance for that. We created custom codes for all of our partners. So anyone who registered with their code, we were able to share those leads with them. And it really was a great way. In some cases, we definitely found we had more attendees, obviously, than in person, because you don't have to take 2 or 3 days out of your life, leave your work, leave your families. So, it worked well for us, and our partners were able to get more of their customers to attend and see the content. And even post-event, if they couldn't come on that day, it's able to be hosted on demand for, up to 30 days afterwards. So that's another great benefit of the digital realm. Another campaign that we have run for the last couple of years, every year we like to do one large year-long campaign. So a couple of years ago, we gave away some Teslas. The year after that, we gave away $120,000. Last year, we gave away a Porsche, all-electric Porsche Taycan. This year, with the theme of pivoting into the digital realm, we decided to give away a couple of $20,000 home office makeovers. Carl helped spearhead this initiative, but he was able to hook us up with a woman named Vicki Norris, who owns a company called Restoring Order. She's done some things with HGTV, and she's kind of our MC for the event. So in addition to the prizes being given out, she actually produces content for us, kind of on a monthly basis, how to, convert your home office, tips and tricks of, keeping it tidy, making it fun, just making it a more productive workspace for people who maybe weren't used to doing that. But with that campaign, although it is Igel's campaign, we actually brand it for our partners to go and promote. So we provide them digital marketing kits, which include co-branded email assets, social media cards, signature banners, PowerPoint templates, pretty much anything they would need to help promote this to their customer and prospect base. And it's a closed loop lead generation campaign, which is what our partners appreciate the most about it. So anytime they go ahead and promote this campaign and someone completes a survey, which is how they enter, using that partner code, the partner is automatically notified. So in real time, they're seeing their leads come in. They don't have to wait for Igel to pull a report at the end of the week and send them leads. So they're able to see that in real time. They're able to participate on the demo call with the Igel sales team and kick off that opportunity with that prospect right from the start. So that's a huge benefit.
That's great. I love that idea. I love the idea that you guys are kind of running in collaboration, this kind of competition, and you're really embracing the situation. And, I'm going to keep using the phrase digital nomad because, I do think that is the theme of really of this year of 2020. And you're helping them kind of share in that theme and with the restructuring the home office. I like that. So what other? Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was just gonna say, so, and those are big national campaigns that Igel is running, and we're bringing partners in. We also have developed prepackaged turnkey marketing programs that partners can deploy and lead. Also kind of thematically consistent. So I think our approach is sort of a twofold. One, we are running big campaigns, but with an eye to the channel, and then we're also making available to channel partners, prepackaged programs they can run in their respective markets to, generate interest, generate top of funnel leads and the like. And maybe we can talk about that in a little bit, but
that's great. Well, I was going to jump to that and basically say, how about talking about, you don't have to name the partner, but talk about a specific experience that you guys have had where you worked collaboratively and it drove a fairly large opportunity.
Sure. So there's two programs we're running right now with partners we've made available as turnkey programs. One of those is what we call Made in the Shade. That's the creative campaign where we are offering essentially a $250 gift card to Sunglass Hut to key executives at end user organizations if they take a meeting with us and our partner. Right. So traditionally, this would have been a direct mail campaign. You send out, a direct mail piece to that executive, soliciting the meeting and offering the reward. And for partners, for end users that can't accept a gift, we can also make a $250 donation to Vision for Children. So we ran this program with a partner of ours in the Northeast. We provided, as similar to other programs, we provided everything to the partner. So it's a pre-branded kit that includes the email solicitation, and we actually host a landing page for them with a form. They are notified when someone responds immediately, and we give them the follow-up emails. So it'll say from a result standpoint, we launched this with a partner in the tri-state Philadelphia region, and they sent out 25 targets, and we scored 5 meetings, with C-level, VP and C-level executives within their target base. So that drove, I'd have to look at the numbers exactly, but that drove opportunity and pipeline for Igel and for the partner. And again, the relationship there, the partnership was that we sort of brought that program to them. They brought their knowledge of the geography, they brought their knowledge of the targets that they wanted to pursue, and then we were able to launch that program together. And they were notified again, like our other programs, in real time as responses came in, so they could do the follow-up.
Excellent. And what's, if you don't mind me asking, the average deal size typically when you guys sell to that type of audience?
That's a great question. So most Igel deals tend to be easily in the 6 figures. We're seeing more $1 million plus deals coming through. We've had quite a few big wins this year with large organizations. The Made in the Shade campaign got its inspiration in part from the fact that one of the world's largest eyeglass retailers uses Igel in their locations, 13,000 locations, to drive their endpoints. So we are seeing for our partners, great opportunity there, because it's not a point solution, right? The operating system used by the end users is a critical part of the solution. So
Right.
fairly significant deal. So I'd say anywhere from 250,000 up over $1 million.
Great. So that, that is a good amount of dollars for the partner, and the investment for you guys, $1,000 in to get 250,000 out. That sounds like a good profit margin to me.
Indeed.
So I really like the idea of this, the program that we just talked about, the Made in the Shade. I think it's pretty cool. Why don't you, but off camera, you guys mentioned something to me, which I thought was cool, especially since we're doing this whole theme on the 1980s, song from Pet Shop Boys. You guys were talking a little bit about this trivia program you guys were running with the partners. Maybe you can share a little bit with that.
Sure. So obviously, when we've moved into everything being digital and online, you lose that interaction, that energy you get from being at a live event. So Kim and I were sitting down and we're talking about how can we do events online that are engaging and fun, right? Because I mean, look, we're doing these Zoom meetings and these Teams meetings for hours on end every day, and to try and go with sort of the status quo of propping up a 30-minute webinar for people to come in and just listen to someone present, maybe it doesn't have the same level of engagement. So one of the ideas that we had was to sort of adapt trivia into an online format. So we developed, we call it a trivia game show, because it's designed to sort of have the sensibility of a TV game show. So we call it the knowledge base. It's interactive trivia. We got our graphic design team to come up with some really fun cartoon animations and create a level of production value that's beyond, I think, above and beyond what you see typically with online events. And we then launched that, and we did a few trial runs with some user groups and got really, really good feedback. And we integrate music. It's full multimedia. So we have Name That Song. We try and make the trivia questions applicable to technology and that sort of thing, so that it's like educational, or edutainment, I should say. Yeah. And then we brought it to the partners and said, hey, look, if you guys are looking for ways to engage customers, we have a program that we've seen, that we've honed, that works well, and we want to do it with you. So we created a co-branded version of the game show, so it can be presented by the partner. We integrate facts about the partner into the trivia itself, and we actually conduct the trivia. So all the partner has to do is essentially pick a date, invite some of their, 100 of their best, closest prospects and customers, and then Kim and I get on, and we actually wear funny hats and perform the trivia and conduct that. And it's been, partners have embraced, and they really like it. It takes we do a lot of the heavy lifting for them, right? Because we've got the whole kind of production put together. We know how all the technology works to do name that tune and so on and so forth. Yeah. And they get to enjoy it, and they get to do kind of work the crowd and work with the customers, and not have to worry about trying to run the event. So we've done that. We just did it not long ago with a partner up in Boston, and we got an email like immediately following from one of the end users that participated, who said this was great. I had a great time. We actually did some 80s trivia in that, and he seemed to appreciate that, because he said that he's definitely an 80s guy as well. So we were able to find something that was fun, and I think that comes from, as a global manufacturer, we can look at across the Americas and across the world what's working, and then find ways to take that to our partners. Say, hey, we've seen this works well, and we want to give it to you and have you and enable you to have success with it.
That's great. And maybe Kimberly, you can share with us, is there any funny anecdote from one of the events that happened,
My gosh, Jeff, there's too many to say. Carl is the king of jokes, but not necessarily the most funny jokes. They're dad jokes for sure. And
I don't know what that's like at all.
I don't know. He comes up with these technology jokes. The people love it.
Kim, to be fair, I think my jokes are like the F5 key. Always refreshing.
Well, now you see what I get to work with every day.
Yeah.
We definitely keep it fun and light, and that's what people appreciate. Most of the time we do these at happy hour times, so people have a cold beverage. It's the end of their day, and it's just something fun.
That's excellent, excellent. And so you're just starting to see some of the results from this type of program. Anything you guys can share, like beyond the Boston guy saying that I loved it, anything new with opportunities or?
We've actually had our internal sales guys come to us. I'm thinking one specifically in our Northwest region. Afterwards, he was like, I've been trying to get these guys back on the phone to reignite an opportunity that we started, like toward the end of 2019. And they attended the event, and that prospect actually sent us a photo of him. We delivered lunch to them as well. This was a lunchtime one. So we delivered lunch to them. He sent us a snapshot of himself enjoying his burger, playing the game. And since then, they've actually gotten re-engaged on the opportunity. So that to us, at least to me, means a lot. When the internal sales guys, they're always kind of our biggest critics, and they're our customers. When they see the value in what we're doing. So
that's awesome. Yeah. So just to kind of, close this out, wanted to ask you guys a little bit about your digital nomad experience. How has it been? How have you been experiencing the working from home and your different locations?
I'll start off. I mean, it's been interesting. I was in the office 4 days a week prior to COVID. So I have 2 kids under 2 years old. I have a husband that works full time at home as well. So we've definitely, had rearranging of some furniture, rearranging of some rooms, working it out, balancing it with the childcare and everything like that. So it's been interesting. But, it's comforting knowing that everyone's kind of in the same boat. You might have heard my kids were running back and forth here. I had to go on mute for a second. But yeah, everyone's in the same boat, and we're making the best of it. And yeah, I think we have a very understanding company and leadership team as well. So that's been a huge help.
Great. And Carl, I see you've got the ultimate gaming chair behind you, it seems like.
I do. In fact, I was able to give the code to a few of my coworkers, and big fan of the chair. So I think building off of what Kim said, I joined Igel at the beginning of this year. So I had about, I say the first 4 weeks, I was on the road 3 of them. So I got a chance to meet everyone. I went out to Munich, and then and I kind of came back, and then we went into lockdown. So I'd worked with Igel before when I was running sales and marketing for one of Igel's partners. But I will say there's adaptation and agility is really important. I chuckle because Kim and I, we will be on Zoom calls, like sometimes just doing work together. We'll pop the Zoom video up so we can chit chat while we're working to try and, again, approximate that experience of being able to be face to face and have that interaction that you sort of miss out when you're working in isolation. Same thing with most of our partners. So, we get on the calls, we run our camera frequently. And again, I think one of the great things about technology, right? Technology is always changing. We've always learned to adapt. We've always learned to take on new challenges, take on new technologies to enable us to work better, right? We were using email before everyone else was using email. And I know I'm dating myself a little bit there, but that's Pet Shop Boys timing, right?
Right.
So, it was interesting for me coming in a new role, coming in a new organization, and not having that opportunity to be at corporate, sitting in a conference room. How do you do that? But again, I don't know if my Teams is going off that with Simon Townsend, our CMO, was just pinging me, but we really try and, we're in constant contact and communication, so with ourselves and with our partners. So it's been, it's different, right?
Yeah.
And I think that the lessons we'll learn this year, some of those will, I think we will see a return, not to the way things were. You never go back, right? But we'll see a hybrid where I think we're going to see, greater pickup and utilization of technologies like we're doing today. As well as when we are together, making the most of that also.
I think you're right. And I think you guys are well positioned with your solutions to help push that into the future there. So congratulations with that. I think it'll be excellent.
Thank you.
I appreciate the time, guys.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you at one of the upcoming trivia events. Maybe we'll throw a little Pet Shop Boys on there. You can win a prize.
That'd be awesome. Let's do that. All right. This has been Jeff Mesnick. I've been here with Kimberly and Carl. Thank you guys very much.